What's up, Heritage? My name is Cooper McKee, here with my buddy Mason Dodson, and we're going to be your news anchors for this spring semester.
That's right, Cooper, and we're pretty excited about it. So let's go ahead and get straight into some action.
Sounds good to me. We call this next segment Heritage Happenings, brought to you by the 5-star news reporters Nathan McCoy and Pierce Monroe.
Take it away, guys.
Thanks, guys. Nathan McCoy here for your Heritage Happening. Today, we have 3 quick school announcements before getting you sent over to Pierce for your weather. So, let's jump into some announcements. The first thing we want to tell you about is some fantastic news for several of our Legions of General Band members. 10 students plus 3 more alternatives were recently named to the GMAEA All-State Band earlier this week. We'll have more information on this later in our show. Do you like to write? If you do, you need to get signed up for the Carson McRule writing contest that begins earlier this month. This contest is sponsored by Columbus State University and is open to all students, but if you want to join, do it on our school website quick because the deadline to enter is today. And finally, we saved our best for last in honor of Martin Luther King Day. There will be no school on Monday, so enjoy your 3-day weekend, Generals. Let's get you over to Pierce for our 4-day weather lookout.
Thank you, Nathan, who's excited for that 3-day weekend. Now on to our weather. For today, we will have a high of 48 and a low of 31, with the sun barely peeking over the clouds, and through Saturday and Sunday, the clouds will be a bit sad and rainy all weekend. Saturday with a high of 50 and a low of 32. Following Sunday with a high of 41 and a low of 31. But starting Monday, all the sadness and rain from the weekend will be overshadowed with the sun, with a high of 41 and a low of 27. Now let's send it back to the anchors with more news.
Thanks for the info, guys. Into the news now. I'm sure you guys have been noticing the construction going on up near the front entrance of our school.
I sure have. It looks like the construction crews are getting pretty close to finishing our outdoor agricultural classroom.
I wonder when our ag classes will be able to use it, and I wonder how excited they are.
I'm not sure, but our 5-star news reporters Pinner Alton, Ethan Anderson, and Emma Youngblood have taken a deeper dive into it. Here's some details.
Well, I think regarding the outdoor classroom, I think everybody's excited. We've got, it's been a little bit of a process. For those not familiar, Taylor Dyer, who is an alumnus of Heritage, helped write a grant and started the funding. He actually secured $100,000 toward the construction of the outdoor classroom. Of course, if you've driven on campus from the Post Oak entrance, you've seen it. It's a gorgeous building. Matches a lot of our buildings on campus, and it's gonna be a really, really neat and cool place for our ag students to go outside and be able to do some outside labs near the greenhouse, and it's going to be a great part of our program. I know Miss Handy's really excited about it as well, so we're all excited about it.
We're really excited, so we'll have a bathroom up here, and
yeah, so we don't have to go all the way back to the school to use the bathroom.
it should be done by the middle to end of February.
Thanks, guys. That looks like some pretty cool stuff. And congrats to Mrs. Handy and all of her students who will be getting to use the building pretty soon.
And moving on, now news came in earlier this week that some of the Legion of General Band members have been tabbed All-State.
That's no surprise there, Mason. Mr. Wynn and his students have been doing stuff like this for years.
They sure have. And All-State is All-State. Our 5-star news reporters Ian Gonzalez, Benji Bevel, and Andrew Amick caught up with Mr. Wynn and some of the All-State Band students to catch up about their accomplishments.
Hi, Generals. I'm excited to report to you guys our All-State results for All-State Band this year. We had 25 students qualify to go, 3 that couldn't go because of quarantine, and 13 that either made All-State or made top alternate positions. We're super excited about that. That ranks us as the number 4 high school in the state of Georgia for our All-State results. We're super excited. They'll be doing a clinic at the beginning of March. In their 9-10 All-State Band, we had Hayden Buckman on trombone, Trevor Boydston on trombone, and Natalie Vaughn on baritone. We also had Emily Lynn as an alternate on flute and Nicholas Mendez as an alternate on trumpet. In the 11-12 band, we had Elise Hayen and Tony Benavides on oboe, and Parker Hayen on bassoon. We had alternate Justin Haynes on bass clarinet, Alex Frost on trumpet, Anjali Culver on horn, and Justice Smith on trombone. These students worked hard to complete a first round audition to qualify for the second round. And then when they went to the second round, they competed with thousands of other students in the state to be chosen to be the top. Very proud of the hard work that they put in.
I like doing music. I have since I've known I've wanted to do music and do band since like second grade. I've just done it. I've practiced and played.
Nice job, everyone. Congratulations. And now it's time for me and Mason to take a quick break.
It sure is, Cooper. We're going to go ahead and send you over to our sports anchors, Anderson Britton and Alex Bedwell. How's it going, guys?
Going great, Mason. Thanks for letting us jump in here with sports.
And Alex, we've got some really good stuff to get to today.
Sure do. And we'll start here with basketball on this Friday as both our boys and girls teams headed down south I-75 to Tanglewood Region for Northwest Whitfield this past Tuesday.
And both teams have been really hot recently, and they look to continue that against Northwest.
Here's five-star sports reporters Charlie Williams, Brody Irvin, and Claire Martin with the recap of the girls' game, followed by some highlights from the boys' games, as our boys suffered their first region loss of the season.
We all played together, and we all worked as a team. The first half, we kind of came out very slow, but the second half of the game, we pushed it because we realized what was at line. Because if we won the game, we have a really good seed for region right now, as if we continue to play as we've been playing.
We really didn't play our best game, but we fought and dug in, and also, basically late in the game executed when we need to. So,
which led to the very end of the game, where it was a 1-point game. We were losing, and then we had a timeout in the. We drew up a play that wasn't even made for me. It was made for Brooke to get a 3 off, but she didn't get it. So she drove and got the dump down to me, and we won by 1 point, which was so exciting.
Had our seniors step up and make big plays down the stretch, drew up a play at the end of the game, and they executed it perfectly. Got Courtney the game-winning shot at the very end. And
the last fourth quarter was really exciting because we all locked in at defense at the last 3 minutes, and then Courtney hit the game-winning shot, which was really good, and we're all excited for her.
Overcame what was a bad offensive night, but we won the game definitely on the defensive end and kind of got a monkey off our back as far as playing against Northwest and struggling against them like we did last year. So it was a huge win for us, not only in the region but confidence-wise moving forward, and I couldn't be happier with the way we've been playing. I think that's 7 straight, so onwards and upwards.
All right, so we played Northwest this past Tuesday at Northwest. It was a really tough game. We didn't play very well. Ended up losing by like 14 points. We just didn't really play well defensively. We turned the ball over too much, and we missed a lot of shots. But we're cleaning that up this week as we play Central today. We travel down to Central a few hours away. I think we're really prepared for that, and it's a big region game. We've lost 1 game in the region, and they're a pretty tough team. They play physical, and I think we're ready for the challenge.
So Tuesday night went down to Northwest, had a little rough time of it, especially starting out. It's always tough to play them. They press so much and bang in and foul and stuff. And, we kind of got off to a slow start, dug ourselves a hole. Started figuring some things out along the way, but just never could catch up to them. And, hopefully we can get a chance to get them next time. They're good, but they're not 14 points better than we are. But so looking forward to another chance at them.
All right, so this past, I believe on Tuesday, we took on Northwest at Northwest. Coming into the game, we were undefeated in region play, and sadly after that game, we played really bad. Turned the ball over a lot, couldn't really get going anything on offense or defense, so we kind of got killed.
Tonight we go down to Central, and they are a really tough team. They're first in the region right now. They present a lot of challenges, really athletic, got some really good players. So I think we'll be able to play with them, and we've got a good plan in place for them. So hopefully we can go down there and get a big win. If we do, we'll be back in first place. So I'm excited about that opportunity.
Today, we're going to try and rebound against Central Carrollton at Central Carrollton. They're the #1 seed in the region right now, so it's going to be tough to beat them, but hopefully we can play physical, make some shots, and get the job done.
Great win by the girls. What an incredible ending.
That's right, Anderson. But for the guys, they just couldn't find their mojo. Luckily, they'll be able to redeem themselves tonight as they take on the Central Carrollton Lions.
Good luck to both teams there, but now on to some college football. And if you're anything like me and Alex, you've been waiting a long time for this one.
That's right, Anderson. The #3 ranked Georgia Bulldogs took on the #1 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide for the national championship, and oh boy, was it a good one.
It was a good one as always, but even better for us as the Dogs scored 20 straight to knock off the Tide for a national championship for the first time since 1980.
We here at the show wanted to gather some reactions from students and teachers, fans of both teams. Go Dogs.
So me and my dad went up to Indy for the national championship game, and we really weren't expecting to win. And just being there, first of all, it was really cold, so it kind of sucked because it was freezing. But the game, as it went on, was starting to get more and more enjoyable for us because, we won the thing, and I just started crying. Not gonna lie, I did. It was a beautiful moment I've ever seen in my life. So.
My expectations were pretty low for the game, knowing the history, being down 4-0 with Kirby Smart. But going into halftime, only down 3 points in a low-scoring game, I was pretty confident that we could come back. And then whenever A.D. Mitchell mossed the guy to take the lead, I really had more confidence. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, we just kept bringing it to them. We just kept scoring, stopping them on defense. They were getting tired. We were getting ready to win the game. We knew how close we were, so I think that they just pulled away with it. And then, of course, in the end, the score was pretty spread, but I think the game was closer than what the score said.
I thought it was good at first because we were winning, like 3-0. Then we lost, so it wasn't good.
I'm an Alabama fan, and I was so disappointed when Antonio Brown came in and he got that tackle and scored 12 points for Georgia that I cried for a day straight and didn't eat anything since the game because we lost.
So it was a disappointing loss for Bama fans, but it's a rebuilding year, so next year we're going to come back strong and hopefully have a good season next year. But I was there. It was fun. Disappointing loss, but still fun to be there, though.
Thanks for the sports, you two. Now, back into some entertainment news before we let you go today.
Yes, and our first segment is one that we started back in the fall called Heritage Rides.
Sure is, and I really enjoyed it last semester.
I bet. It's a chance for our students to be introduced into some other people's cars. For this week's installment, we've got Noah Crittenden, Braden McBriar, and Shane Davis on the report.
Hello, I'm Deborah Shirley. I'm the nurse here at Heritage High School, and I was asked about how I came to being of having the car that I drive. It happened about 3 years ago. I was needing a vehicle, and I wanted a vehicle that could take my family on vacation because I have 2 kids, and we all like to travel together.
So this is my car. It is an Infiniti QX60. I believe it's a 2018. I love that it has a 3rd row and it has a button that you can push to raise and lower it, so it's really easy to do. And then I also love that it's a really smooth and quiet ride inside. Those are probably my 2 favorite things, but then it also has one of the big moonroofs, so everything is open. My kids love it. It's got TVs, so it's perfect for us.
I have a 2015 Dodge Charger that is a patrol vehicle. It has about 96,000 miles on it. What I like about it, it is all-wheel drive. Basically, I'm not going to lose track. Well, no, I'm sorry. It does not have all-wheel drive. The new ones have all-wheel drive. But this one here, it's got traction control on it. It's got the V8, which it'll move pretty quick. Just got a couple of new tires for it. What I like about it, it's serviceable, and I get from point A to point B and do what I've got to do. Doesn't have a lot of foot room in the back with the cage, so if you've got big feet, don't get in trouble because you're not going to have a lot of room back there.
Nicely done, guys. And we have one more entertainment segment before we go. And if you like movies, this will be right up your alley.
And that sounds good to me because I love movies.
What did you think about the new Spider-Man?
It was so good.
Well, no spoilers, please. And if you haven't seen it, don't worry. Here's our 5-star news movie critic, Bailey Moorhead, here to gather what you guys thought about the movie.
Here's Bailey with Moorhead Movies.
Hello Generals, my name is Bailey Moorhead and I'd like to welcome you to a new show on the 5-Star News called Moorhead Movies. In this show we'll be highlighting popular movies, rating them, and talking to others about what they think. Today we'll be looking at Spider-Man No Way Home, one I'm sure you've all heard about. Sitting at number 1 at the box office, the latest Marvel adventure has earned $1.53 billion worldwide. But is it worth all the hype?
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal.
In my opinion, this movie is a blast. It doesn't even allow you to get bored with plenty of action-packed scenes, funny moments, and some sad moments. And as a huge Spider-Man fan, this movie is very rewarding, and I loved every bit of it. So I'll be giving it a 5-star out of 5 stars. Let's see what some other generals think of it first. What are your thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home?
I think that Spider-Man No Way Home is the best Spider-Man movie that has ever been made. It's not the best Marvel movie, but it's the best Spider-Man movie.
What was your reaction in the theater?
First, a lot of screaming, a lot of happiness, nostalgia. It felt complete because, there's always been the talk online about certain people appearing in the movie, and it just felt complete to see them on the big screen once again.
And who's your favorite Spider-Man?
I'm gonna have to go with Tobey Maguire just for nostalgia purposes. He was the first Spider-Man that I saw. He used to play a lot of the Spider-Man on the PlayStation 2 and 3, and that was the Spider-Man I played as. So
I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. I almost started crying.
Who would you say your favorite villain is in the movie?
I think Green Goblin is pretty cool.
I really loved it. I have always loved Spider-Man. I used to watch the Tobey Maguire versions when I was younger with my dad. So we always go to all the Spider-Man movies, and it was just really cool to see all the Spider-Mans together in one movie, and all the old villains and all that. I feel like I felt everything. Like, there was funny parts, and then there were moments where I was like super sad. Like, obviously the end is pretty sad, but then there was like excitement when all the Spider-Mans were like fighting together. So it was all the above. Oof. Ugh. I've always, like, as a kid, I was always really scared of the Green Goblin, so I feel like there's a soft spot for him, but I also like Doc Ock, so either one of those two.
And there you have it. Stay tuned for more movie reviews.
Nice job, Bailey. Definitely looks like a good movie. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of the 5-Star News.
And we'll be back next week on Wednesday because of the Martin Luther King holiday. So until then,
stay classy, Heritage.